Milton Keynes, which is quite a small town. But actually I studied in London in my early 20s, and I have a linguistics background. Because I always had that kind of love for language. Whilst I was studying, I kind of found out about this thing called teaching English as a foreign language, and it kind of piqued my interest at the time, and I knew that was something I'd like to go into, if possible. Around that time I met my partner, and she's Japanese. We lived in London for a while after we studied, and then after that the two things kind of came together. We came to Japan, and I actually came here first of all with one of the big eikaiwa chains for a year and started teaching then. At the time, actually, I had a friend of a friend that was working for Kids Duo International. And so I researched into the brand, and whilst I was teaching at the eikaiwa, I was teaching kids, actually babies, from 18 months old with the mums and dads in the room, and then in the afternoon I'd be teaching the mums and dads, and older people, salarymen, those kind of things. Which was fun, met a really wide range of people, but I wasn't very good at motivating the adults, I think. But I loved being with the kids, and I only wanted to be with kids. So I was doing research into Kids Duo International, Yaruki Switch Group, and it just looked like a really fun way to teach. After I'd had a little bit of kind of hand-holding with the eikaiwa schools, you basically teach from a script, at the school that I was at anyway. It looked like I would have a lot more creative freedom with Kids Duo, and it just looked like somewhere, an environment that I wanted to work in at the time. Before coming to Japan, I didn't have any training as such. We did do some kind of teaching English as a foreign language modules when I was at university, which was good, but we never had any time to really practice with any real students or real kids or adults. So I'd actually say I probably came over with very, very minimal, if any, training. Personally, as I've always lived with my partner in Japan, the rent comes to around 120,000 yen per month, which might sound like a lot, but remember that's for two people, so that split between two is around 60,000. That tends to be around the average for what teachers pay as well, maybe a little bit above that. Our apartments tend to be around 75 to 80,000 with utilities included. My first school, I was around, I think 40 minutes, maybe door to door, about 45 minutes door to door, which was totally doable. The transport system is really, really efficient here. My second school was about 15 minutes away by bus from my house. And where I am now at the head office, again, it takes me about an hour door to door, but it's just one train, and it's about 35 minutes once I get to the station. So really, really doable commutes. And for our teachers as well, we do try and keep the commute times down. Of course, that really depends on demand and location and placement, but it's something that we do look at. And we want happy teachers, so we don't want them traveling over an hour really every day. 400 yen each way. Then obviously when I lived closer it was a little bit cheaper. It was 200 yen I think for one bus ride, and right now I pay about 400 and something each way as well. I actually have a travel card. But the good thing is, travel expenses are reimbursed, so in the end it doesn't really matter how much you're paying, because that all comes back to you anyway. I love music, so I play guitar in my apartment. I like to go out and go to record stores as well. In Japan, there are so many really, really good, cheap record stores, and here people really look after their stuff. So you can find some records in really, really good condition for actually really, really reasonable prices. So I like to do that. Just in general, I just like going around Japan and looking for new places and exploring, and trying to practice my Japanese and speaking to people a little bit. But yeah, generally, there's always something to do in Japan, and especially here in Tokyo as well. I don't think you could kind of finish doing everything that you wanted to do in a lifetime here. So. It varies, definitely, but since I started with YSG, I've been managing to save, I guess, the equivalent of around $400 or $500 per month. Like I said, that varies sometimes. It depends if you have a wedding to go to, as you may know. Weddings are very expensive here, so you might not be able to save so much. But other than that, no, I've definitely been able to put away some money every month. My very first school was a brand new school. So when I went there were literally two kids. And we were doing a lot of demo lessons, a lot of promotion, and that was a good way to learn about that side of things as well. And it was a great feeling, very rewarding to build that school up. My second assignment was it was an established school, an older school, with older students. So that gave me an opportunity to, go there and learn how to deal with the older students as well as the younger kids as well. And that was a training school when I was a trainer. And yeah, I got to meet a lot of trainees as they come through, and a lot of new teachers, and it was really good for the kids to, see a lot of different people, and for me to see a lot of different teaching styles as well, so I could learn. Well, generally my social life tends to be me, my partner, and our friends. But yeah, we're always, out. We like to go to, restaurants and try new food. Food is very, very reasonable here. As long as you don't eat out all the time, you can definitely find some really, really good food for pretty relatively cheap prices. And so we like to kind of hang out with friends and go to bars and restaurants, and yeah, very nice. I thought I did. I'd studied just a little bit, and of course, because I'd been with my partner for a while, for I think 2 or 3 years by that time, I picked up on some words. But then when I came here, I realized that I really needed to kind of brush up on at least some, basic greetings and those kind of things. When I first came, I was really, shy about using Japanese. I was shy about making mistakes. But actually, when you do start talking to people, you realize that it really doesn't matter and nobody really cares. And if they do, if somebody laughs at a mistake that you make, it's never malicious. It's just because it's just genuinely funny sometimes. And the more you the quicker you get over that hurdle, the easier it's going to be, especially with speaking Japanese. And Japanese people are always willing to speak to you as well. I mean, the shift is 9 hours and you get a 1 hour break. If you were only teaching the afternoon program, you would maybe teach, 4.5 hours. And the program itself is actually 4 hours long. Also in the morning, if you had preschool, that program is 4 hours long, but that doesn't mean you'd be teaching everything. Obviously, you'd be on a schedule teaching about 5 hours per day. We actually have a curriculum team that makes lesson plans, or at least lesson kind of guidebooks, but that is just a guide. Part of the curriculum is that we have a goal for each lesson. Now, we have a suggested activity that hits upon that goal, but as a teacher, if you want to be creative and hit that goal with something else completely different, that's absolutely fine as well. Yeah. Teaching, but if you were leading, the afternoon program, again, maybe 3 or 4 hours teaching, it shouldn't take you more than, 45 minutes to prepare for that. Also, the great thing is, a lot of the time we have other teachers in the school that can help you out with preparation and planning. Also, you can get the kids involved. If you need to cut up some things for arts and crafts, we have times during the day where the kids can help you with that. So, absolutely, yeah. There is a bit of, you need to communicate well with your team and your school director. They're ultimately going to be the ones responsible for ordering any materials that you do need. But I've never had trouble, just going up to the school director and saying, look, we need these materials for this, and yeah, it's always been fine with the school director. Absolutely, yeah, a lot. Like I said before, I taught kids and adults, and it's like night and day. Love the reactions you get from kids. There's never a dull moment. There's always something funny that happens each day. There's always something that you can learn from them, basically. You can learn a lot from the kids. You can learn about how they react, and you really end up really loving the kids as if they were your own when you become an English teacher. And it's great feeling that love from the kids as well. I love the amount of creativity that you can have, but I love the fact that there is training as well, and there is, like I said, there are the curriculum guides, and there are those things that do help to give you inspiration, even if you are an experienced teacher. But if you're a new teacher, it gives you lots and lots of new ideas, and you can gather lots and lots of activity and game ideas very, very quickly. So for me, like I said, my previous job, it was to the minute you were told to do this, and then do this. At Kids Do at Wimby, Kids Do International, you're not told that. Of course we have a schedule, of course we have routines, but within that routine, you're allowed to be yourself. You're allowed to have a personality as a teacher. And I think that's really one of our selling points, is that we have lots of different teachers from all around with all different kind of personalities and backgrounds, and we respect that and we allow them to teach in that way as well.